Good morning, guys. I'm having my morning coffee and my morning routine before heading off to work for the day. And so, our topic today is money. So, many of us have, at some point or another, in most circumstances and cases, just wish we could have more money. Need money to pay your mortgage, pay your rent, pay for food, pay for things that you need, not just material things because you want to go and have something that was expensive, just to, like luxuries, but more of just how to have enough money to get by, not racking up debt and because when you look at what has taken place, um, you're going to be always harboring um, situations where you're not filled with joy. Um, Basically, money doesn't bring us joy because money provides us survival. But when we spend money, it creates a sense of debt. So basically, let's look at the laws of the universal laws at play here. All right? So here we have money. Money is a component that we require in this time of our period of time of density is we require to survive. Now, we require air to breathe. We take it for granted, air is there. The only time we don't notice that we're not breathing properly is when the air is impacted by smog, by fires, by something that has taken place. So when we bring attention to it, we notice what we're lacking, but as long as we're not so mindful of it, the fact that we just naturally can breathe, it just becomes an automated process. Now, those who are struggling with the oxygen coming to breathe are usually focusing on that energy, because when you look at the laws that are at play, we have money, the absent of, and the abundant of money. And so this cannot exist without the other, right? You cannot have the abundance of money without knowing that on the same stick you have the lack of, because the two halves make the whole. All right. So in the laws, they state that in the law of duality, in the law of balance and harmony, in those laws that resonate, and they are never, because we can control or manipulate, they are always. It's not, how are we doing it then, but how are we responding to the now? So when we look at the basis of money, money tends to be a fear that we will hold on to when we see the possibility of the absent of. Because we want to have the abundance of, but we don't know how to focus of the abundance of without noticing that there could be an absent of. So how do we get the focus of the absent of and the focus of the abundance of to be more in harmony and in balance, so that the money will just flow without resistance? So when we talk about the flow of resistance, we have to go back to what feels good. So when we think of money, nobody realizes all the different fears that seems to feel, oh, am I going to have enough money to pay my rent? Am I going to have enough money to pay for my children's food? The children need things for school. Am I going to have money for that? So when we start getting into this process, of trying to manifest money in, we tend to have a challenge of what happens is we focus on the absent of. You see where I'm going with this? We need to stop paying attention to money for one moment, detach from the money, and think of something instead that makes you feel safe, loved, secure, joy, happiness. And when people think of that, we think of something attached to maybe possibility money, I'm safe because my rent is paid. See again, see where the resistance and the dualities are at play? All right. So let's go and step back out of this a little bit. What feels good? What feels good right now is sitting here and knowing that I am sitting on my sofa talking to you, and then I have my coffee, and I am having this moment, and I'm having this inspiration, and you are watching my video. So these are all such great moments, right? So I'm right in them now. What can I appreciate right now? So start just grasping whatever you can appreciate right now. Appreciate the fact that you're alive. It makes you feel good. Go ahead. Appreciate you won an award for something. Appreciate that you managed to learn how to, ride a motorcycle. Appreciate the trials and tribulations we can start going into, bringing up all those things. So just think exactly of what makes you feel good. If it is eating an ice cream cone, walking down the street right now, think of it. Whatever makes you feel good. All right? When we're thinking of all the things that appreciate, what we're doing is we are now detaching from what was causing us resistance. Now we're able to start flowing back down that stream. La, da, da. So yes, it feels good to know that I'm sitting here in space. It feels good to know that I have my health. It feels good to know I have certain people who surround me in my circle. It feels good to know that I have so many opportunities to share my heart. I have so many ways to feel appreciated because of the visions I see, the sounds that I hear, and the air that I can breathe. When it comes to appreciation, it doesn't have to be the big things. Right now, the sun is not shining. We have an overcast day, and everybody will say, oh, it's not really nice outside. And I'll say, there's light. Why is everybody disappointed? Because if you take the light away to our day, it would be really hard to enjoy life. So whether it is rainy or cloudy or sunshiny or snow, we still have the sun beaming its light upon us. At night, when it goes away and it goes to sleep, so do we. And for those who sleep during the day, just understand these are just about a process of renewal on a daily basis. So as long as you're having your sleep, at some point, recharge, renew, redo. But the light is part of the process, and the dark allows us to renew again, right? So when we have the lack of money that comes in, you know what? It makes us appreciate the money that we receive. How many times that we have had money when we didn't expect it? How many times we've had access to money given us security? How many times we've had money come to us when we had a gift, a friend, a present, excessive amounts on your paycheck, all sorts of different ways that money has found its way to you. So why can money not find its way to you now? Find the appreciation, and let's focus on how we feel good Now that we're vibrating there, let's see how money makes us feel good. All right? And that's not talk about creating things. That is not happening now. Why don't we look at where we can appreciate when we have had money? We appreciate that the money has been paying our rent on time, or that the rent has been paid up until now. Right? We can appreciate that money has been providing us for our food and our shelter and our clothing and our supplies. And money has been providing us a way to transport, a way to, whether you have a very fancy car or whether you have a bus ride, money has been available to serve your needs. So money has been there to give us our luxuries. Yes. Luxuries can come in great big wads or little tiny pieces. But it's been there. So if you have had the appreciation now, you're resonating with how you have been now appreciating money. That's what you focus on. You sit there and for a moment, now that you're feeling in this state of mind, let's feel the heart. Let's feel the heart. Feel light going to the heart. Now sit here and think of appreciation for all the money that has been in your bank account to pay for your rent, your mortgages, your transportation, the food, all the fresh moments when you have had money, shopping. Look at the abundance of money by looking at how many times you've opened your wallet and there was money in there, or look at the numbers at times when you've had excessive amounts of money in your bank account. Now let's think of all the times when we have had money unexpectedly. Many times we've had money unexpectedly. Let's see how many times we have had money sent to us and say, oh, thank you for doing this for me. You didn't expect it, but just appreciate it now. Appreciate it now. Let's appreciate all the times that we have had money come to us unexpectedly. Now release. How do the laws work? Feeling. Feel good. Feel appreciating the money. Just focus on the appreciation of the money. That's all. So simple. And when you start thinking about the lack of, detach. Get back into your happy place. And then focus on the appreciation. Well, that's enough for now today. Send along your questions to my email address down below. My website, Love in the 12th Dimension, the website link should be down below as well. There are all sorts of free advice, and there's consultations and sessions you can book with me. I also provide a place for large groups sessions as well. I'm in Vancouver, BC. However, Skype makes it easy. All right. So love you all. Love and light. See you now.